Hey everyone, and welcome to your May 2022 readings. I decided to change up the scenery since it's just super beautiful out, and also, speaking of change, I changed up the format this month. I might change it back, but this month we are focusing on all love readings across all signs. So that's what we're focused on. Remember that this is a collective reading for your sun, moon, or rising sign, right? So if this particular one doesn't resonate, I would check out your other two signs. Speaking of which, if you're wondering, I don't know, I follow tropical, I follow sidereal, which one? I would say just whichever you resonate with the most. So if you resonate more with sidereal and those associations, then follow the sun, moon, rising that's in that system, right? Or vice versa. So the timestamps will be down below as well. There are links also for how you can book a one-to-one reading with me. Of course, if we're doing collective reading, we can't hit the mark for every single like Aries or Aquarius all the way down, all the way through, right? So if you want something specific that is specific to your situation, I would recommend booking a reading with me personally. The links for that are down below. Also for how to get 20% off and 50% off of a one-to-one 90-minute reading with me. Last thing I'll say, oh yes, cards and cocktails. We didn't do it for the month of April. I know, I just got so busy. So we are doing a cards and cocktails hangout. It's a live hangout on Instagram that I do on Instagram. I might choose to do on YouTube. I still haven't gotten around to deciding whether I want to do it here or not because I have more people that follow me over there versus here. This is brand new, so we'll see. But if you want to stay up on that, follow me over on Instagram. I'm probably most likely going to be doing it either the first weekend of this month, which I know Mother's Day is there, so I might not do it then. I might do it when the moon is in Sag later in the month, which I think is around the 26th, 5th or 6th or 7th, something like that. So again, if you want to stay up on that, follow me over on Instagram. Last thing I'll say is that there are new monthly subscriptions that you can check out over on Patreon, and that's in the description as well, for how you can get ongoing divinatory guidance if you are going through a really stressful period, a transition period, with work, with life, with love, with anything, and you're wanting some like ongoing guidance. There are two options that I would recommend, right? One of them is a monthly subscription for weekly 30-minute readings, right? So it's like tapping in every single week on like what's up, right? And that's either live or recorded. And then the other is for a monthly reading with me for 90-minute reading, and that's either live or recorded. I only have a few spots for the lives, especially just because I need to make sure that I can deliver them. So if you want to get something like that done, feel free to hit me up. Without further ado, please continue on to your readings. Let me know how you like them. If you want me to stay focused on love, maybe we'll just keep that rolling for a little while too. I don't know. I'm still playing around with this channel, so I will talk to you guys next month. Thanks. Bye. Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your May 2022 reading. So if you skipped ahead in the timestamps to this portion of the video, you might notice some things a little bit different this month. I'm doing a completely different format. We're focused on love readings for all signs. So without further ado, I'll get into it. If you want to know a little bit more about why I decided to change it, when I'm going back to other forms of formats from previous months, you can check that out in the beginning. It's a short video, or a shorter part of the video. So let's get into it. We're going to get into love. Now remember, this is for sun, moon, or rising. If this particular message doesn't resonate with you, check out your other two signs. Okay, so, and you know, sometimes it's like, because it's a collective reading, there's only so accurate we can get, right? We're not going to be able to hit everything across the board for everyone. So if you want something specific, I recommend getting a personal reading, a one-to-one reading with me. Okay, so let's check out what's going on. We're first going to take a look at you on the top level here. And now we're choosing one person, Scorpio, one, okay? So if you're dating and you have multiple people you're interested in, pick the one that has the majority of your interest, the one you're most curious about, the one you feel the most connection in your thoughts and energy to, right? You want it to be one person. If you're in multiple relationships, one of your partners, okay? So we're only picking one person. All right. Okay. And we're also going to take a look at how your internal being and your external being is affecting this, right? Because what's going on for us internally, externally, of course, is going to play a part in how we filter information, how we handle situations, how we see things, right? Our perspective is shifted because of that. All right, so internal being and your external being. Okay. All right. Just bringing these into frame. So first off, I'm seeing that there is this kind of like, I'm seeing two sides to what you're experiencing here, Scorpio. So let's start over here. Both of you seem to be in these really fantastic feeling places right now. You know, even if everything in life is not perfect and as we want it to be, in general, the feeling overall, especially around the two of you and your connection, is good. I mean, this is, you know, they're in a space where they are feeling they're feeling their personal power, right? They have this kind of like warm, infectious type of energy where they are you know, fun to be around, obviously, but then also the passion, the inspiration that they carry, the creativity that they have, that kind of like really good it's like the good fiery energy, right? The kind of stuff we really want, that magic, right? And so that's what they've got actually going on over here. And you also are in this kind of like celebratory, like reaping the harvest, going through a rite of passage, or having just come out of some kind of rite of passage. Sometimes this can actually indicate having purchased some kind of property of some kind. So I don't know for some of you if that's an investment that you've recently made and it's playing a part in like why you feel this kind of celebratory space, like, or feel at least that way when you're around this person or in relation to this person, right? So this is like where you're both coming at it right now, which is great. That's a really great beginning. I also just see that, and we'll get around to this even more so, but I'm seeing like with the Page of Pentacles and Page of Wands both showing up here, that it looks like there's something that in your world is affecting your romantic life, right? So being involved in either learning a new skill or studying something new or deepening your skills, you know, that in the field that you're in or whatever it is, but taking on something new like that, taking some kind of also like new risks in that way, but just like kind of the exploration of your desires, of your mind, of your of like your craft, of what you're doing, what you're going forward with, is coloring what's happening over here. And it seems to be kind of a little bit of a distractor from the connection that you have going on with this person. You know, and not necessarily, it doesn't have to be like the ultimate bad. Like obviously if you're doing these things in your life, it's a great thing. It's just more so about that it's a little distracting. You might be coming off a little bit like unfocused, like you have an attention deficit when it comes to them. You know, meanwhile, they're in this place kind of wondering like, is the effort that I'm actually putting in reaping any rewards? Is it having an effect? Is what I'm doing effective? So they're kind of like observing and questioning whether the effort that they put into this particular connection is actually producing any kinds of forward movement or deepening the connection or, you know, anything like that with each other, with the connection that you guys have. They actually seem to be on this path where they're ready to move into a new cycle in terms of dating, relationship. Now, again, if you're listening as a single, apply this as it is, you know, as it applies to your situation. If you're somebody who's in a relationship, apply it as such, right? So when we're talking about moving into a new cycle of relationship, if you're already in a relationship with someone, that doesn't mean that they're going to end things with you and move into a new cycle with someone else. This is the card of cycles. So it is the card of completions and the beginning of something new, like a new world to move into. And that could actually indicate that they're ready for your relationship to move into a new cycle, something new, right? So keep that in mind. Now you are actually having this experience of wanting to like really move things in a direction that's more solidified, right? Creating something that will stand the test of time. That's what the Emperor does. The Emperor is self-made. The Emperor creates you know, kingdoms. The Emperor creates empires, right? And creates legacies. That's what emperors do, right? So when we're looking at this, is also a very fiery card. It's a card associated with Aries. I happen to think that fire goes very well with Scorpios. It just seems like they have a lot of similarities. So So it's just like, you know, both of you kind of seem to be on the same page in terms of your energy and connection here. And you might be a little bit unfocused. They're kind of wondering, how is this actually going? Like, am I putting in effort in something that's going to continue to connect or not? They're ready to move into a new cycle, and you are looking to create something that has endurance, that has structure, that goes forward. Now, not all of us are going to be in that place at any given time, right? We all go through seasons in our life where we're ready to set some roots down and like create, right, together with someone or someone's, right, people, or we're in a space where we're just not really into that. That's not where we're at, right? So if this doesn't really apply for you, like I said, go check out your other two signs. So if this is your sun sign, check out your rising, check out your moon, you know, and if you want something specific, you can check the links below for a reading. So this is like what it looks like, right? Now, your internal and external world. In your internal world, it's what I'm seeing is like there is this need for some solace, some reprieve from the world. Now, this isn't just in relation to your connection with this person or your love life. This is overall in your life right now. For the month of May, this is what's up for you and how that colors every area of your life, but we're talking about love, right? So this can color your friendships, your community, your business, right? All of these different things. So when we see the Four of Swords, this is about rest and regeneration, like rejuvenating yourself, taking some time alone to be in solace, to gather your energy, to gather your thoughts and feelings, right? To get that kind of clarity that only comes when we're in stillness with ourselves, right? And so internally, and when we're talking about your internal world, this isn't just your emotions or your inner thoughts and beliefs. This can be not quite as conscious. I hesitate to say subconscious, but on the lower like conscious levels that might not be quite as detectable. It's there in the background. So you might be kind of sensing, intuiting, feeling more of this, you know, I like the need to have this in order to gain clarity, especially in order to gain some kind of focus, right? Now we have the external world we show with the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is definitely about like that whole moving towards like this is kind of moving towards purpose and like exploring that, right, in some ways. And this is where we can see like there might be this desire to move towards finding solutions, through finding what exactly to create and manifest, through exploration in study, right? Being studious, taking on a new skill, taking on a new, you know, deepening your craft in some way, continuing education, right? Any of those kinds of things. But there's this push of some kind in your world to do that and to take some risks, right? You can't create without taking some risks. So how is this affecting your experience with your connection, this dating situation or this relationship? How is this affecting it? That might be also why they're in a space where they're kind of like, I don't know if the Scorpio is, you know, if this is going somewhere, if they're super interested. They seem kind of distracted by what's going on in their life. I get the sense they need alone time. I'm not really sure. Do they want me in time with me? I'm not really sure. So it's seeming like there's just a little bit of nothing major. Like I'm not seeing anything major in any direction here, which is great. I mean, this is lovely energy. So I love when a reading is not wrought with that. I just see like not necessarily a conflict of energy, but just like they're opposite ends of where you're at. It's like, I need time to myself and to focus on what I'm studying and to develop my craft, or I need time with this person and I want to develop this, but I need time by myself, but I need to focus. And it's like, right? So this whole kind of being in a space of not really knowing for yourself maybe exactly where to put your focus or how to manage your time and your focus and your energy and your attention, right? So there was something else that was coming through just then. Yeah, okay, so for some of you, this is actually about, not about being studious or anything like that, but about feeling the pull. I'm feeling for some of you in relationship, what I'm getting is this like, for some of you who are in relationships already, you're like, there's this yen, right? This yearning for seeking new directions of self-growth and development, right? Like wanting to shift things up, to feel uninhibited, to be able to just speak forthright, you know, like speak your truth, right? Is one of the things that we say in life, right? Is like, speak your truth, but seeking other directions. And that's kind of putting a little bit of a strain on the experience. So for some of you that have been in established relationships, that's kind of like conflicting with the solidity of it. And that's what has them kind of examining and going, the effort and everything that I put into this, is this yielding results? Is this still something worth tending to, right? Tending the garden. This is like, after you've been tending the garden, you overlook what you've put into it, the energy and everything, right? Usually, especially when you see these two together, it's just like, depending on where they're at, this can be about, you know, having put in the energy and then reaping the harvest. So there's just like, energy has been put in. And for some of you in committed relationships with people, I'm getting that there is this kind of pull, right? Which it happens, right? It happens in long-term relationships. It's just a part of what can happen from time to time. We just wonder, oh, I need something new. I need to shake this up. I need to step into my own energy. I need to explore in this direction, or to do something different, right? And so that kind of might be something that is making things feel a little bit unfocused in the connection, right? So something that I want to take a look at further, to dive in a little bit more, is, so with the completion of one cycle and the moving into a new cycle that they're experiencing over here, right? Like where they're moving into, I'm wondering, is this new cycle having to do, like, is it about your relationship, or is it about moving on into new horizons with other people, right? So I'm getting 1, 2, 3 cards for that. So we're going to check into that. I'm also curious about, over the next, actually, I would like to know, and I haven't done this for any of the signs so far for the month of May, you guys, but I'm feeling, I want to know what's going on with their internal and external world that might be coloring the perspective that they have around your connection, right? So we'll look at their internal and external world, okay? And then I'm also curious about, I'm going to say, I would like to know over the next 30 days, I'd like to know more definitively. So by the end of May, you know, we just went through that solar eclipse at the end of April, right? Came in like at the very end of April, we went through, Pluto went retrograde. We had the eclipse, the new moon eclipse. And then we have Mercury going retrograde, and that's near mid-May, right, in the second week of May. And then we also have, you know, the next eclipse that's going to be happening pretty soon here. So I'm curious, what is actually going to transpire within the relationship over the next 30 days. So we get to the end of May, and we're going to take a look here. We may pull more clarifying cards, but that's where I want to start and then jump off from there. So as we have with previous months, we're going to take a look at what is coming up, like who has your back, who are the deities that have your back in the month of May, right? And again, if deities are a part of your belief structure, then feel free to just know that these are the deities you can call upon that have your back and are saying that they're showing up here to support you. And if that's not a part of your belief structure, then think of them as archetypes that you can emulate their strengths and their gifts in order to guide yourself, navigate your way through any of the challenges that come up in all areas of your life. So these oracle cards are not about just love. This is about, now we're going to be taking a look at all areas of your life, okay? And then we're also going to take a look at a direct message from your ancestors, from your guides, from, you could call them your counsel, the ones that are around you and guide you. And then we're also going to take a look at what shadow work needs to be looked at. You know, often we wince and we want to sweep it under the rug, where really if we were to do the work, if we were to look at our blind spots or the places that we get tripped up that we tend to sweep under the rug and not really address, we could free up a ton of energy, and it could really help us navigate and move things forward. You'd be surprised how much energy, how much that greases the wheels for everything to move forward, right? So, and then lastly, we're going to take a look at one rune. All right, you guys, so this is going to be over on Patreon in the extended version. So this is going to be, I'm going to continue the love reading. We may pull more clarifying cards. We're just going to start with those. And then we're going to take a look at overall, what guidance are you getting for all areas of your life to navigate the month of May. So this has been a new format. Let me know how you like it. I'm very curious to hear. I just felt like focusing on love. I just felt like it. So we're going to do this month. Note that all of the links that are helpful for you to know about are down below for how to get over on Patreon, for how to get either a 20 or 50% discount on one-to-one 90-minute readings with me live. And how you can have monthly subscriptions for ongoing support if you're interested in that and want to book a one-to-one reading. Everything is in the description. I will see you next month. I hope that you have an amazing month. I hope that you're able to really blossom. I don't know why that was coming into my mind, is like this blossoming, this unfolding and unfurling and opening. So I hope that is in the best of ways, and I will talk to you next month. All right, bye, Scorpio.